Hello there, everyone. This is Mr. Fox bringing you another episode of the Scorn Artbook, chapter The Wall. Built not with bricks and mortar, but from flesh organs and uterine lining, here stands the answer to the question of where Scorn's protagonist originates. The universe's humanoid creations are neither born from a creature or assembled in a lab, but birthed from ruptures on the side of an unnatural embankment the theme refers to as the Genesis Wall. The main character the main character's genesis expressed visually, says director Ljubomir Pekler. There is nothing more to it than that. How did it come into being? Why is it this way? That we are not explaining, he teases. While questions will forever swirl about the genesis of the Genesis, Scorn doesn't shy away from showing the miracles of birth itself, which begins with humanoids gestating at random spots within the wall's central chamber. When they reach certain sizes, their backs begin to press against the lining, causing it to swell outwards and cradle the growing bulks like pregnant bellies or cocoons. Once the dry epidermal film reaches its breaking point, the cocoon's outer shell cracks and then splinters. It's the drama of birth, said Pickler. We don't remember that event, but it probably leaves a psychological effect. Prenatal trauma horror is something Geiger also explored in his paintings. For many newborns released from the shackles of their cocoon, death awaits. Gravity sends them crashing to the floor far below. This cruel randomness underscores the futility of most life arbitrarily taken away from creatures after just seconds through no fault of their own. In one chilling painting of the wall, rows of decomposing forms lay beneath their gaping cocoons, carcasses fatally shattered by the drop and subsequent impact. The origins of the wall may be unimportant, but the material within are far from it. Concept artist Akovic ensured he mapped out the inner organic matter in great detail, sketching various organs and tissue textures compressed together in close proximity. Some of these features appear human at first glance, yet under scrutiny differences become pronounced. The dimensions and shape within match up to the insides of no known species from the animal kingdom. And are those cordyceps features peeking out from beneath certain folds of tissue? To the right, we have the tiny figure at the base of the Genesis wall helps put its breathtaking height into perspective. Weeping cocoons riddle patches of the wall where the outer layer have chipped away. This was built from remnants of memories percolating in my brain, Akovic says, referring to his prior studies of human anatomy. I was also thinking about viscera in Akira, transformations and weird organs that don't make sense. I didn't want to get bogged down by trying to portray intestines and livers. I instead wanted unexplainable entrails. This spread Even though the Genesis wall conducts asexual reproduction, its cocoons are unmistakably gynecological in design to draw parallels with the natural birthing process. Humanoids tumble from these cocoons backwards, Scorn's equivalent of being born breech. Left side to the right, we have the cracked walls hollow effect around the protruding face plays on imaginary imagery of Christian saints and the Immaculate Conception. The opposite side, we have a view from within the Genesis wall shows a fetus slowly forming inside the uterine layer. Its back is pressing out in the world, swelling the cocoon surface. To the left and above, the objective was to create a chaotic mass of random, unexplainable organs pulsating behind the giant structure, says Akovic, of the decision to not conduct additional research into anatomy before embarking on the design. I felt that trying myself to reference and focusing on realism in this case wasn't the right approach. Sometimes you want to get it wrong and make it a bit confusing on purpose. That's especially true when you're dealing with something as abstract as a enormous, living, birthing wall. Using references is great and should be encouraged, but always relying on them is often limiting. Focusing more on imagination and flawed memory can lead to really interesting results and happy accidents. This design philosophy is relevant to the entire project. That concludes the chapter The Wall. See you guys in the next one, chapter The Field. Thank you and goodbye.